What is up, Karatics? Welcome back to the series where I recustomize and review past DLC vehicles that didn't have good microphone quality before late 2019. So as always guys, feel free to let me know down below in the comments what car you want to see me recustomize next, and I'll display the most liked vehicle suggestion comment in the next customization video. So in today's video we're going to be customizing the Progen Emerus, which I customized / reviewed back in 2019 when it released. So the Emerus released with the casino update drip feed in August of 2019. And is available from the Legendary Motorsport website for $2.75 million. In regards to performance, in the supercar class, it is a top 3 performing car excluding HSW around most tracks. It has the perfect combination of handling, acceleration, and top speed, with its main competitor of course being the Krieger. However, the Emerus is a lot harder to drive than the Krieger, and the main reason for that is because it's rear wheel drive. So it can step out on you on slower, bumpier corners and lose traction pretty easily if you're not careful and too aggressive with your throttle / steering inputs. It's one of those cars that you sort of have to like baby around the corners, but once you get the hang of it, it's just so much fun to race with, because this thing just gives you that challenge at the like peak of its traction limit, and keeping the car from like losing control. It's just so much fun to race with. I absolutely love it. The Krieger to me is kind of like easy mode. This one, it has that difficulty factor to get the lap time out of it. It just makes it a lot more fun. Now obviously, to mention again, it's not anywhere near the top cars that have HSW, but for most tracks with HSW off, this one is one of the overall best choices for racing, again alongside the Krieger. Now in terms of what the Emerus is based on, it's primarily based on the McLaren Senna, the ultimate racetrack focused hypercar with insane aero. I personally prefer the P1, but there's no denying that this McLaren is just plain brutal with its styling, and it does look pretty cool. And I think Rockstar did a pretty good job with it, although the Ferrari FXXK style headlights they put on it are a bit strange to go with a McLaren, but overall it's still a pretty good looking car. Anyways, let's go ahead and check out the customization of the Emerus. Alright, Emerus, let's do it. Okay, we got armor, brakes, engine, exhaust. So you have, it's a stock exhaust, then you got a boxed, split, twin box, sectioned, and then the radial exhaust. I'm kind of feeling the split box exhaust. I feel like it goes with that back end the best. Do that. Grill. So grill options are actually splitter options. You got the race splitter. Looks fantastic. I like that. Carbon race, so it kind of eliminates that. Then you got the sports, so it adds those fins there. Looks good. Carbon. Then you got the massive GT splitter, which this would be more similar to the Senna GTR. Wild. Making decisions is stressful. All of them stick out a lot though. That's the thing I don't like about the upgrades on the Emerus, like splitter and skirts wise. Like they just stick out way too far width wise. Like you can see from this angle, the splitter's sticking out. I mean, just a lot. But I guess we'll just go ahead and make all that match. I wish they would have kind of separated those options though from the grill and the splitters. Really feeling this one with the fin. With a carbon though. Yeah, let's go with this one. Horn, we'll skip that. Lights, with some xenons. Liveries. So you got the white stripe livery. You got the black stripe, red stripe. And you got the white double, which is the same, but it just kind of makes it a double out back. Then you got the race livery. Love that one. Redwood Racing. So all these racing liveries are, pretty similar to the different Senna GTRs. This one's sick. Very cool. I think I'm gonna skip a livery for now. I kind of want to do like a simple build on this. I don't want to go too crazy with the liveries and stuff. Mirrors, we'll do the carbon. Love that. Plates, do a black background. I don't think I have a McLaren plate for this. Might just have to put my track plate. Yeah, I'll just put my track plate. Don't she look pretty? Respray. So for this, I'm gonna go with a metallic. Go down here. Did I pass it, or is it? Here we go. So I want to go with an orange build. I just I think this car just looks, especially like most McLarens, they look really good in orange. You can't go wrong with like that blue it was sort of unveiled in. But I wanted something, you know, a bit more like traditional McLaren, so I'm gonna go with the orange here. Pearlescent, actually just gonna leave it in gold. I think that works very well with it, so we'll just leave that in gold. Secondary color is gonna be any secondary color options you choose, which we don't have any right now, so yeah. Trim color is gonna be the stitching in the interior, so we're definitely gonna do that in bright orange.
Looks almost as good as you.
Chrome for this car goes on the door. Roof, you got the primary, so stock, it looks like it's like black plastic, it looks like. And then you got primary, secondary. Then you got the carbon, love that. Then you got the carbon with the vents. Okay, I'm kind of feeling the without the vents, do the carbon roof there.
Bubbles or something?
Skirts, so you got the primary, secondary, and carbon. I think the carbon one kind of works with our splitter without being too like massive. Yeah. Then you got the race skirts, which these stick out pretty far. But this one doesn't look too bad either, I suppose. It's just so weird how far these skirts stick out. I think it's like a little overkill. I mean, it's supposed to be with the splitter. Again, the Senna GTR is overkill, which is what most of these visual parts are sort of like referencing, but it's a little crazy when you see it like that. This one's not too bad. I like this one a lot, the carbon sports skirt. I think I might end up doing that one. Then you got this. I mean, that is ridiculous. But one of the Senna GTRs literally looks exactly like that, so makes sense. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the carbon sports skirt. Spoiler upgrade. So you got the stock, then you got the primary, secondary, black stock, carbon stock. I like the carbon stock. Then you got the sports spoiler. Different versions of that same sports spoiler. Then you got the GT spoiler. Crazy. You got the street spoiler with the fin. And you got aggressive spoiler, which is, this is taken like right from the Nero Custom, and the side fins aren't even touching the bodywork, they're kind of like far from it, and the end plates. Okay, I'm definitely gonna go with a carbon stock. I feel like any of the other ones is just, yeah, no, carbon stock it is.
Life is hard when you can have anything.
Transmission, turbo, wheels. So I love the stock wheels. I really don't want to change them. So we're gonna go pick the same ones, which those are in the sports category, and those are called the S Racers. Oh, I saw the other way. Here we go. S Racer. There they are. You can do that in black, and they look fantastic. Windows, do some light smoke, and that's all the options there. So yeah, a nice orange McLaren Senna. Let's see if any liveries look good with this. Black livery doesn't look bad. I don't really think it needs it though. Wow, the race livery looks really good with that orange. What the heck? That is nice. That looks really good. You know what? We'll do that. That looks a lot better than I thought it would. Okay. Exit to ground. Oof, that looks... Well, I'm happy with that. Just like the Krieger, this car doesn't have any suspension options either, which is a bit of a shame, but... There it is. It looks... I'm really happy with that. At the interior, like from like the FMJ. Floor it. Of course, rear-wheel drive. Yep. Fast cars. The Emerus and the Krieger are just nuts. I personally prefer the Krieger a little more because of how much easier it is to, well, it depends on what you're using it for. Like if you're using it for like a long endurance supercar race, like I'll take the Krieger over this car. But for shorter tracks and such, you know, a few laps, I prefer this because it's just like so much more fun to drive fast because it can step out on you if you're not careful. It's a more it's got more of a difficulty level to it when you drive it. It's just fun. Like once you get the hang of it, it is just insane. And the grip, you just gotta be very careful with the traction. But see, like that. See, like the Krieger wouldn't have done that there. So it's just little corners and bumpy corners like that where you gotta be so careful how you apply the throttle, how aggressive you are with the steering inputs on bumpy corners and such, like that. And that to me kind of adds to like the fun factor of racing this thing. It makes it a lot more fun to drive. The Krieger is literally like easy mode, but it's a lot more consistent. Like that's gonna be the car you want for longer endurance races and stuff, because you know you're rarely ever gonna lose control of that car. This one, I mean, you have to be careful. You have to be very careful. Even like that, this thing is wild, man, to drive. It's so much fun though. And man, the steering response, it's just instant. Oh, it's so good. I love this car. Rockstar really did this one right. And you can easily correct it. It's not like if it steps out on you and like kills you right away. You know, you have time to counter steer it and save it. But it's just it's a car you have to baby around the bumpy corners and such. You can't just turn in and, you know, boom, it does everything you want to do like the Krieger. Yeah, to me, this car, this is the car. This is the car for like difficulty level and just you want to really rip it around the track and have a good time. This is the car compared to the Krieger. I love this thing. Unfortunately, it has normal opening doors. Like that's a really big shame. Like I don't know why Rockstar did that, but at least they put the little glass in the door like the actual Senna, so that's nice. But yeah, that regular opening doors is a bit of a letdown. And if I remember correctly, I think this one only the doors open. Yeah, so the Krieger's the same thing. Rockstar's like really weird. The Krieger and this car released in the same casino update. You know, they released in the drip feed, and they both have similar performance, and only the doors open on both of them. So Rockstar was like a little bit lazy with both of these, but yeah, I think this car is a very good like performing car. Obviously, it's still a lot of money, and like I talked about earlier, it is pretty much, you know, the king alongside the Krieger for most racing situations, excluding HSW, obviously. So if you include HSW in there, that just, you know, everything starts to change. But if HSW is turned off, see, now that's when these cars sort of come into play, or of course if you're on old gen. So yeah, real McLaren Sennas, the values right now are like 1.2 to 1.5 million at the time of this recording in real life. In GTA, this car is still $2.7 million. Now obviously you have a really strange, let's just say strange economy in GTA Online right now, where, you know, a Civic is $1 million, so it's kind of hard to gauge whether this car is worth it or not. But like all things considering, I think it's sort of worth it. 2.75 is a lot though, you know, with upgrades you're well over $3 million. But if you can get it on sale or something, like a nice 30% off, you know, you get it for about $2 mil, I think that's a very good deal. So yeah, thanks again for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. As always, let me know down below in the comments what car you want to see me recustomize from late 2019 and older that I haven't recustomized again yet. Again, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.